Hey there, YouTube and multi-tool people. I'm Joe. You're watching my channel, Ink&Iron, back with a sort of a mini review of the Leatherman PST. This is the original Leatherman multi-tool. It has a very sleek design to it. There is a sort of mystique for these old Leathermans, especially the originals. This particular one was made in 1999. I'll show you how to find the dates on these guys. But yeah, let's just admire the outside real quick of this sort of brushed steel finish. Very attractive. As you can see, the hardware on here is proprietary. Really not sure how you grip onto these sort of biscuit-shaped rivets, or if it's even possible to do outside of the Leatherman factory. These are no longer produced, so yeah, this is an outdated tool, if you will. You're going to have to find these on the secondary market. But anyway, the Leatherman tool, being quite traditional, does have a lanyard loop on the outside. It is designed to be carried in a sheath, which I do not have here, but I find that this is quite easily stowable in, some kind of multi-purpose slip pouch or, knife pouch, something like that. I made this one out of some suede that I had. And yeah, so pretty easily storable. It's not going to snag on anything because of the nice smooth sides. And on the outside you can see the first tool, which is a ruler. So yeah, you do have imperial measurements, standard here in the US, as well as centimeters, it looks like. Yeah, so about 20 cm. And a total of about 7 3/4 inches. So that's cool. Can be kind of useful. Folds open to reveal the original Leatherman plier head. I like the aesthetic of this sort of shorn off back portion of the pliers. I'm sure it removes a little bit of the cutting strength, but yeah, I don't know. I like the compactness and the sleekness of the design. It's very satisfying for me. Quite a rounded nose portion here would probably be good for like wire bending and manipulation. Does have some very nice fine teeth up here, like you would expect on any sort of long nose pliers. Not technically a needle nose. Needle nose are much finer points, so yeah, long nose pliers. Then we have sort of the bolt turning grooves here for pretty small hardware. Let's see. Yeah, that's maybe about as far as you could go. The handles get quite wide after you get to a certain size. So yeah, this is like a 5/8 inch brass nut. So there you go. A little bit of perspective there for you. It does have some cutters, and they do bypass, which is very important. If you saw my sidekick review, my mini sidekick review, you'll know that it did this sort of half-assed, not quite a cut, more of a chew through this zip tie. So this one should cut just fine. Yeah. So better, wire and zip tie cutting capability here on the Leatherman PST. And I think it has a hard wire notch down here. Have not put that to the test because this is kind of a collectible item at this point. Mine happens to have some red infill on the Leatherman USA logo. When I got it, it was sort of spilling out all over the plier head, so I kind of cleaned it up. But I think in the process I removed a little bit from inside the groove, so a little unfortunate, but I kind of like the contrast it adds. Adds a design element to the overall look of the tool. Yeah, these are just slip joint pliers, so there's just a little bit of tension that sort of keeps the handles in place. All right, let's check out the inside. So you do have a little notch here, sort of acts in your favor for the nail nicks. Here is the file, and actually a good file. Focus. There you can see a very fine single cut pattern and a double cut on the other side, as well as an edge file, which can really come in handy. Next to that, we have a little tiny flathead, and was this? I definitely broke off one of the tools. I think it was this one. Sorry, I misspoke about my tiny flathead driver here. I was thinking of my Schrade multi-tool. That one I broke off the tip of the tiny flat driver. This one is actually still factory. It just has a bunch of wear on it that makes it look pretty bad. Very fine little flathead driver on there. Was nice before I ruined it. Has a fully dimensioned cross driver or Phillips driver, which is awesome. I really wish Leatherman would do this more often, and it's interesting to see it on the original tool. I'm not sure why they insist on these two-dimensional things. I've emailed them, been in their comments section about it, talked to them on Reddit about it, and they're like, oh, everyone loves the compact design of the two-dimensional Phillips. And I'm like, dude, this is your most compact tool, and it has a fully dimensioned Phillips, so, I think they're full of it. Anyway, here's the can opener. This is the reverse, the pull cut design, and I happen to know that it works well on their other tools. I haven't tested out this particular one. It's a little bit dull, probably from use, because this design lends itself well to can opening. So yeah, there you go. That's that for that side. Other side, we have a knife blade, and quite a nice design, actually. It is a high hollow grind. The steel, I don't think is mentioned, is it? No. Steel not mentioned, probably a 400 series stainless or something like that. Has a nice look to it, and can take a pretty keen edge, although I don't think, I haven't touched this one up. It's very dull from use. But a nice thin blade, and let me just see if I can compare it here to another well-known blade shape on the Victorinox. In terms of length, pretty comparable. Stock thickness, I think the Leatherman's a little bit thicker, but the hollow grind gets it down to a very fine cutting edge. So yeah, it's been a pretty good blade to somebody. I haven't used it much. Again, this is sort of collectible, so if I feel like putting an edge on it, that's just kind of an ornamental feature at that point. There's this tiny awl, which is a little bit uncomfortable to kind of pull out of here. Not a great nail nick on it, but a pretty good tip shape and pretty robust, right? It's not too thin behind the point, so you can actually gouge your way into something there. And then, it's Leatherman, so a couple of flathead drivers on here. It's good to see these are very well formed. It has a very flat point there. So you could use them as scrapers if you wanted. And this one's quite wide, so you could probably do some stuff with some vintage screws on there. So yeah, there you go. The Leatherman PST, very cool. Kind of collectible at this point. You're not going to find them except for on the secondary market now. So there you have it, a little mini review. If you like this kind of content, want to see more, I have plenty of other multi-tool videos on here, as well as fountain pen stuff, EDC gear, all that kind of thing. It's my channel. It's a vlog. I do what I want. And yeah, that's it for today. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.